Christina, you are now live.
Thank you, Harry.
Okay, bye-bye. Have a great class.
Have a beautiful, thankful Thursday and happy Earth Day.
Thank you. Same to you. Bye-bye.
Hi, Kim. Welcome.
Hi, Christina. Wow, we've changed the setting. You're in your backyard?
So I'm having my roof redone at my house,
Mm,
and that sound is not conducive to a yoga space.
okay.
So I'm using my neighbor's backyard. But I've actually fallen in love with teaching virtually in the backyard. So when my house is done, I think I'm going to take it in the yard. It's kind of
Yes, the lighting is really nice since of course you're outside.
Yeah, it's a little chilly, but we'll warm up during class. I will make you
Yeah.
host, Kim. Where are you, Kim?
I'm in the Philippines.
Oh, well, welcome to Long Beach, California.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Here you go. Thank you for
Okay,
everything.
thank you.
Hello. Hey, Madge. There you are, my friend. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Okay. So do you want to do the camera super quick?
Sure.
You can lower it a little bit because that's what you're worried about, right? Knees.
Yeah, I would be standing at back about like this.
Okay. So your video is like your computer is like this. So just tilt the front a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Lower.
Is that better or worse?
No, it's good. Perfect.
Okay. So I'll leave it right there.
It's a perfect.
Okay. Thank you.
You are so welcome. Welcome, everyone. Happy, thankful Thursday and happy Earth Day.
Yes.
Out in nature, enjoying the earth and all it has to offer. Do you know that if you walk barefoot, it's called grounding on grass, the electrons from the earth actually they come up into the body and they have healing components. So it's called grounding. You can look it up. And just doing that a few times a day can really change your life. Kind of a cool thing. My 19-year-old son is at university and he does it.
Christina,
Yes.
does it have to be grass?
No, it can just be the earth. Whatever piece of earth you can be on, just not concrete. Because that's a barrier between us and the earth. Yeah. Has anybody heard of that before?
Nope.
No, but I've done it before. Lots of times. I just don't have any grass right now.
Oh, you must be back east.
No, we just bought a house in the hill country of Texas and our yard is rocks and dirt.
Yeah, but rock, dirt, or earth.
Yeah, except walking barefoot on these rocks is kind of scary.
Oh yeah, not safe. Okay, Sierra's back. Yay. Okay, so yoga for beginners. Here, let's get started with the slides. So happy you're here. So it's called yoga for beginners, but honestly, it's for everyone who wants to practice a safe yoga practice, right? Everyone who wants to understand and receive every single little benefit and huge benefit that every single pose and sequence offers you. This class is for you because we break it down. For those of you who have been with us, you know, it's a very interactive class. We don't even you don't mute yourselves unless there's sound in the background. I bring my computer closer so you can see little details. So it's very interactive, and questions are always welcome. And I love to see you on the computer, on your screen, because it helps me help you. I'm Christina from Long Beach, California. Hence, I can be outside teaching while my roof is being redone. Here's my bio, but like I always say, what you really need to know about me is that I am passionate about health and wellness and about every single person on the face of the planet living their healthiest, most authentic selves. That's what I'm about. We learn from each other here at Get Set Up. I am absolutely in love with this platform. Having your cameras on really helps. And if you are joining live stream, everybody wave to live streamers. Hi, live streamers. We'd love to have you in class. So register next time and join us. And finally, Get Set Up is not paid to promote any product. So we might talk about products. Hi, Andrea, nice to see you. We might talk about yoga products, yoga tools and stuff, but we don't get paid for that. Okay, so last week we worked on tabletop, we worked on cat and cow, and then we worked on our warrior poses. Yes, we have modifications for knees, wrists, and yes, thank you. I'll get back to that in just 1 second. Today we're gonna work on balancing poses because we all know this is true. We have to have a strong balance, right? We have to have a strong center of gravity, our core. Our core is here, but our core is our inner thighs as well, and our hips. So we will work on balancing poses today, and I will answer any and all questions you have. Petra, the question you asked me, so in regards to what pose, do you have sensitive knees? And really, you can all be unmuted unless there's sound in the background. I'm going to take my shoes off.
Sort of. I have cartilage.
So your knees are sensitive because of cartilage. Okay, so this is my suggestion for that. Everything that we do in tabletop or on our knees, do it seated.
Okay.
Don't even chance it with your knees, right? We have to take care of our bodies and honor our bodies where we're at. So that would be my suggestion to you. And wrists?
Same thing.
Okay, so wrists are funny, but I'm very particular about cueing for wrists and tabletop, but you're not even going to come into tabletop. So that's not an issue. You're going to do everything we do cat and cows, right? We went over that, I think, the other day in class. We sit in a comfortable seated position, and let's do that now, actually. Get into a comfortable seated position. Thank you, Petra. We're going to start here. Then we're going to work our way up. So we're sitting tall. So Petra, if you want to be on a chair, right, to alleviate the pressure on the knees. If you sit on, everybody who's been with me knows, you sit on a pillow or a blanket to elevate the glutes, to take the pressure off the knees if you are sitting in a Sukhasana easy pose. And then you always support the knees, right? So if they're up high, you just put pillows or blocks underneath. Petra, for you, you sit in a chair, or you can just sit with the legs out. But if you're in a chair, you have to make sure that the back is long. You're not overarching and you're not slouched all comfy on the couch. So we're growing tall here. We do a double chin so the neck is in line with the spine. We place the palms on the knees, even if you're sitting in a chair. We take an inhale. We lift the head gently off the neck, creating more space between the ears and the shoulders. When we exhale, we let the shoulders kind of melt down, even but maintain the length. Do a couple breaths here. Close the eyes and just ground into your body. Tapping into the true essence of who we are, right? Divineness. The thoughts that happen, right, are thoughts that the mind has. That's not really who we are. Who we are is this divineness inside, that quietness. I used to sit with a teacher from India, and she would say in meditation retreat, she would say, the mind is mad. It's crazy some of the things we come up with, right? We just allow it to flow. We have no judgments. We just allow it to flow by because it will pass. The only time a thought has any power is when we attach our energy to it. So when we sit in these times of grounding and bringing our awareness internal, the thoughts are happening, but we just allow them to go, and we anchor our awareness to our breath. Our breath is what keeps us present in our bodies and in the present moment. So from here, we're sitting up nice and tall. Shoulders are down. Let's bring the navel in towards the spine. At the bottom of each exhale, kind of push gently the navel in, activating the core, pushing out all the excess oxygen. On your next inhale, we will slowly come into a seated cow. So the navel comes forward. We lift the tailbone. We draw the shoulders back, opening the heart, and we have a gentle gaze up. This is our seated cow pose. When we exhale, we begin to hollow out the belly, tuck the tail, tuck the shoulder blades and the chin, coming into a seated cat. We inhale up through tallness into our cow pose. And then exhale, hollow out the belly bone, the shoulders, tuck the chin, table in the tailbone into seated cats. Inhale through tallness and into your cow. When you come into your cow, the shoulder blades kind of come together. They want to kiss, and then they reach toward your tailbone. Exhale into your cats. Close your eyes. Move through the ebb and flow of your seated cat and cow. Let the breath guide the body in and out. The next time you are in your seated cat pose, we will meet sitting up tall. Take your time getting there. I never want to rush anyone through any of these amazing flows. Uncross the ankles, hug the knees in or hug them in, shake side to side, bow your forehead. Move slowly, feeling the hips and the lower back. Pause in stillness, extend the legs, shake them out. You can shake the feet, wave them high. You can do a little sound therapy with your vocal cords. I don't know why that makes me feel like I'm 3 years old. All right, from here, we are going to come into tabletop. If that doesn't work for you, then stay seated. But for those of you who can come into tabletop, you can put a pillow or a blanket under your knees for supports. The palms are right underneath your shoulders. Super important. I go over this every class, and I will every single class because that's how important it is. If you ever get sick of me saying it, I'm sorry. I'm doing it for everyone's health and wellness on their wrists and upper body. Your wrist creases they make the number 1, right? And when I say your wrist creases are in line with your mat, making the number 11. Your wrist crease is the number 1. The edge of the mat is another number 1, making the number 11. You press all the cushions of your fingertips into the mat. They're spread wide. But the weight of your body's between the thumb and the index finger because we have nerves on the outside of our hands that we don't want to mess with. From here, we rotate the inner elbows forward, stabilizing the elbow joint and the shoulder girdle. The knees are underneath the hips. The shoulders are directly over or behind. So we make sure, and this goes to Petra's point about sensitive wrists, we never go over the wrist because that puts too much of an angle and too much pressure on them. So we're either over or we are behind. Another thing that helps wrist, I'm going to talk for a minute, but I want you to stay in tabletop. I want you to engage your core, and I want you to keep rotating your inner elbows forward. There are foam wedges that I think you can get on Amazon. You use them in these practices, and it helps even soften the angle of the wrist a little bit more for tabletop and for downward facing dog. Just a little wrist tip right there. So from here, we're going to take an inhale, tuck the toes. For those of you who can, we're going to exhale, come into down dog, or you can stay in tabletop and just shift the hips side to side. Down doggers can bend one knee and the other. Keep rotating those inner elbows forward. Down dog, press the palms into the mat, pushing the chest closer to the thighs. Everyone pause. Down dog, reach the heel towards the mat. It doesn't matter if they ever touch. Shake your head yes and no. Tabletop, engage everything. Down dog, you too. Engage the quads. We're building upper body strength. Take in an inhale. Exhale, walk the. If you're in down dog or seated, we meet in a forward fold. Grab onto opposite elbows. Swing them side to side like a pendulum. Shake your head yes and no. Pause in stillness. Bend and straighten the legs. Also, when I say straighten, I never mean lock them. We don't lock the knees. We always have a gentle bend in them. But we're just giving our hamstrings a little love right here. Pause in stillness. Place the palms on the mat. Inhale, half lifts. We talked about this last week. So I love half lift. I know it's a transition pose, but I always want us to really ground into it as we're transitioning into another forward fold. So when we lift up, it's the strength of our core that brings us up. The shoulders are back, and just like in tabletop, we're flat and the neck is in line with the spine. See, there's a soft bend in my knees. Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. We bend the knees. We bring the arms out to the side. Pause. Engage the quads and engage your core. So much, feel the core lifting off the thighs. And then we inhale with a flat back and we lift. The knees are the last to straighten. And we exhale, prayer hands to heart center. That is a half sun salutation. Who's up for doing 2 more before we work on balancing poses? Yeah? Okay. So our feet are hip distance, so you can bring the heel into the arch. Make sure you have like skis on, right? 2 half sun salutations, and then we're gonna work on balancing poses. But we wanna get a little fluidity in the body, right? We gotta move our bodies a little bit. So inhale the arms up and overhead. We exhale, forward fold, soft bend in the knees. Inhale, half lifts. Exhale, forward fold, knees are bent, arms out to the side. Inhale, rise all the way up. And then exhale, prayer, hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lifts. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, arms out to the side. Inhale, rise. Okay. Awesome job. Did everyone feel any wobbling with the knees as they were folding and coming into a half lift? Okay. If you feel wobbly in the knees, let me know, because there's a modification for that, okay? Bringing the big toes to touch in a space between the heels, and then the knees are together and they can kind of support each other so that they don't wobble around when we're, because I want you to know that in my 20s, I injured myself doing this. So this is what I don't want any of us to do. So we're standing, just watch me for a minute. We're forward folding. Look at my knees going out. They're bowing out. And then I'm coming up to a half lift. Look at my knees going in. And then I'm folding and they go out. And then I'm inhaling. Look at this. Oh my gosh, my knees are out. Terrible for our bodies. So I want to make sure that none of us are doing that. And so I want you to be aware, right? Bringing body consciousness to us. Just be aware. And if you feel like they're wobbly, that's okay. That's, that's fine. But just bring the feet together so that when you watch, how much more stable you get, right? You fold and you have the knees pushing into each other, supporting each other so they don't move as you come in and out of half lifts. Okay? Are we good with that? Super important tip. Sierra, that looks great. All right. All right. Ah. This is my dog, Bella, by the way. She's been staying at my older daughter's house because the roof sound is stressful for her. But my daughter had a meeting and brought her, and I've missed her so much, so I had to bring her to my neighbor's house. So I hope you don't mind that Bella's walking around. All right, mountain pose. We're going to work on balancing poses for the rest of the class, and I'm super excited about it. So the palms are forward. Kind of rotate. I love doing this. So if we rotate the palms forward, we're externally rotating the shoulders open. When we take the palms and we press them back, we're internally rotating our shoulders. It's just something to be mindful of. And I'm sorry about the neighbors doing yard work. We ground here. We ground all four corners of the feet into the mats. The knees are over the ankles and the hips are over the knees. The tailbone's reaching towards the spine. And right away, I want you to engage the core, bringing the navel in, shrinking the waist. Do a double chin back so the neck is in line with the spine. Grow tall, activate the arms, and we're just gonna hug the muscles in. We're gonna squeeze every single muscle in our body, hug every single bone, even the fingers. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale it out the mouth. If it's comfortable to keep your eyes closed, gently sway side to side. You can do it with your eyes open with a soft gaze. Go front and back. And then ground in mountain. This is the part of meditation where we keep our focus internal, right? We can't control what's happening in the neighbor's yard, but we can control what we focus on. So we're going to use this as an opportunity to practice that. Deep connected breaths. Every inhale, you lift the head a little bit more off the neck. You lower the shoulders on each exhale. Activate every muscle in the body. We are grounding right here. It is so important to ground before we move into balancing poses. It helps us focus, it helps our engagement, and it's warmed us all up. Somebody walks by and they're like, oh, they're just standing there. But it's not so, right? Because every muscle in our body is activated. We're building heat here. Breath is deep and connected. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Gently blink open the eyes. Shake the hands. Keep the feet exactly where they are. And just do some little twirls here. Giving our internal organs a little hug. Little pats. Thanking them. All right, so last class I taught strength and stretch with slow flow. The balancing pose that we did was tree pose. How many here have done tree pose before? Okay. So we're going to engage the legs, but bring the focus to the left leg. Pivot onto the ball of the right foot and then shift the heel. You might have to wedge it in a little. The heel goes onto the top of the left ankle. The right knee stays out to the right. So here, can you see how my left hip poked out? Shift it in. Can you guys see? Should I bring my computer closer? Yes? Okay.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, great. No, thank you so much. I want you to be able to see this. It's all so important, these little dynamic movements. All right. Because you can injure your hips like this, right? We have 20 muscles in our hips. We are hip strengthening right here. So we're here. And when I did that, my hip shot out to the left. So common. That's okay. We're conscious. We're mindful, right, of our bodies. So we shoot it in. I don't know. I kind of have a little fun doing that. Kind of fun. Who does belly dancing here? I always think of belly dancing. But just shift it in. And you can feel when it's in alignment. It's kind of hard. It's not easy. The arms are out by the side. The arms are active. Keep the knees shooting out. Engage the inner thighs, the quads, and the abductors here. And breathe. Find a focal point 6 feet in front of you. Gently gaze at it and breathe. That helps with our balance. Grow tall. Make sure you're not overarching in the lower back. You can hear me okay, right? Over that, I have a loud voice. So from here, option to stay right here because it's not easy. Option to lift the sole of the right foot and place it on the inside of the calf. So Sierra, lower your foot. The sole of the foot either goes below the knee or you can bring it up above the knee. You are welcome to hold on to furniture. Above or below the knee. Never, ever, ever on the knee. Hold on to anything if you need to. And then, like a tree, we are going to blow. We're going to imagine the wind is blowing. And we're going to let our branches just blow, move in the wind. If you fall out, you come back in. Henrietta, can you get your knee, your right knee more to the, yes, awesome. Awesome. Everybody looks good. Madge, you feel good? Your knee okay in that pose?
If I don't go up too high.
Yeah, don't take it too high. Listen, you get the benefits from right here. Don't push it. Have your heel on the ankle is just as beneficial as having it up here. Sometimes it's the safer choice. So please be where you're at. I'm just giving options for everyone.
Thank you.
Can everyone feel a little warmth building in their left thigh? Woo! Embrace it. We're building strength in our hips. Strong hips, better balance. All right. So from here, prayer hands. Have a nice bend in that left knee. And then bring that right knee forward. We're here for 4, 3, 2, plant the knee, shake it out. Give that left thigh a little pat. I don't know, between this class and last class, my hips burning up. All right, so from here, we're going to switch sides, but at first I want you to ground back into your mountain, really reconnect with yourself. Grow tall, find the alignments, engage the core. Feel the difference between your hips. Isn't it amazing? Gently blink open the eyes. Are you ready for tree pose, other side? So we're going to bring our awareness to the right leg, engage it all. Like engage the quads, engage the inner thighs, engage the abductors, and then pivot onto the ball of the left foot and shoot the heel to the inside of the right ankle. Can everyone see that, or does it need to come closer?
You can see.
You can see, okay. Come closer. Okay. I'm coming closer, Miriam, coming closer. I got you. I got you. Okay. So the heel, oh wait, hold on. I'm going to lower it. So I'm going to cut my head off, but I want you to see my feet right here. It's okay. Can you see better?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, good. So the heel is on the right ankle. The left knee is out, but our torso is here, reaching forward. So we're not like this. If our left hip is externally rotated, we're never going to keep our balance. So I say this in class all the time. Get your hips nice and neutral. So notice my right hip poking out. Whoop. Zip it up. Try it. Whoop. Make the little sound. Whoop. So bring the arms out. And we'll start here. I want you to close your eyes if you can. It's hard to keep your balance. But I want you to feel all the movements going on, all the strength it takes in the legs, and engage the core because it helps. So from here, if it's available to you, and only if it's available to you, you can bring the sole of the left foot to the inside of the right calf, below the knee. Please hold on to furniture or a wall, whatever you need. But if you bring that foot up, make sure the knee stays over here. Make sure there's a soft bend in that right knee. We never want to lock it out. Option to stay here, or option to bring the left foot on the inside of the right thigh above the knee. So be where you're at. Keep that right hip in and blow your branches in the wind. Smile. You're a dancing tree in a beautiful forest. And it's Earth Day. How great that we're doing tree poses on Earth Day. Come on. Strong like a tree, grounded roots. Can you feel the hips? You fall out, you come back in. Keep that focal point 6 feet in front of you. Prayer hands at heart center, ground, grow tall. Slowly bring that left knee up. Take an inhale, exhale, drop it. And shake out those legs. Woo! Kind of just do a little bit of this. Do a little bit of this. Feels good on the hips. Warming it up. Well, it's already warm, but giving it a little loosening up. All right. So from here, we're going to do 2 more half sun salutations. I think I'm going to leave the camera here. Who needs to see my face? I want you to see the positions of all of the body parts. So we're mountain pose because my heel goes to the inside of the arch. We inhale the arms up and overhead. Watch my knees, or watch your knees actually. We exhale, forward fold. Close your eyes actually if you can, so you can really feel the body. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Knees are bent, arms out to the side. Inhale, rise. Exhale, prayer, hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Close your eyes. I'm watching. I want to make sure everybody's neck is in line with their spine. Forward fold all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Nice flat back. Neck in line with the spine. You're in a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, arms out to the side. Inhale, rise. Exhale, prayer hands to heart center. Does anyone have any questions about half sun salutations? There's probably not a class I don't teach besides yoga and meditation that I probably won't be doing this in. So it's so important that we get it right because it's a staple in our practice. All right, this time we're going to move through 2 more half sun salutations. I'm going to cue you through it, but I'm going to watch and I'm going to make modifications where there needs to be. So don't be shy. If you have your cameras off and you want modifications, turn your camera on so I can give you modifications. Okay, are we ready? Stand with prayer hands at heart center in mountain pose. Close your eyes and ground all 4 corners of the feet into the mat. Make sure the neck is in line with your spine. Grow tall. On your next inhale, bring the arms up and overhead. Nice and slow, like you're drawing up energy from the earth. Exhale, begin to draw the arms down, forward fold with a flat back, core engagement, soft bend in the knees. Let the neck relax as you entirely fold. Yes. You inhale to half lift. Find the flat back. It's core engagement that gets you there. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, rise. And then exhale, prayer hands to heart center. So once we get down in the fold, we half lift. And then we come into another fold. And then we lift ourselves up. So ground in your mountain pose. Take a deep inhale. Exhale inhale the arms up and overhead. I'm so sorry. Exhale, forward fold, flat back. You got it. Core engagement, hinging from the waist, forward folding. Go all the way down into a forward fold, whatever that looks like for your body. And then inhale into your half lift, flat back, neck in line with the spine. And then exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, half lift. And then prayer hands to heart center. Henrietta, when you come up from a forward fold to a half lift, you can keep the hands on the legs so that they don't have to be out yet. We can give them a break and have them here. But I love your effort. All right. So everybody got that. You all looked amazing. Thank you so much for helping me with your cameras on. I love it. Now that we worked through that, we're going to work into another balancing pose, which we did in the class I just taught, dancer pose. I love this balance pose. So I'm going to keep the camera just like this because I want you to see my body. You're going to ground in mountain pose. Any single balance pose we ever do, you will be in a mountain pose. You're going to ground into the left foot. You're going to pivot onto the ball of the right, keeping that left leg, that left hip in. Here, I'm going to go here for a moment because I want you to see. When you lift the right foot up, you're going to put the right foot in your hand, the right ankle in your hands, but the knee stays in line with the hip. It doesn't come out, which it so easily will, or it doesn't touch the knee. It is hip distance. And please hold on to anything you need to, because you get the benefits, but you get this, you get the support. So we're here and we're holding our ankle and our ankle's flexed, right? And bring the arm up and overhead. Have a soft bend in that knee. From here, we hinge forward just a little bit as we push the ankle into our hand, opening ourselves up, keeping the knee in line with the spine. Breathe deeply. Take an inhale, slowly come out, lower it, shake it out. Okay, we still have the other side to do. How did that feel? Does anybody have questions? I know it's hard, and I know we worked our legs hard, especially if you were in the class before. But do you have any questions about dancer's pose?
Yes. Because of my artificial knee, I can't bend it all the way back. Is it okay if I hold on to my pants leg?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Great question. Anyone else? Are we ready for the other side?
Yes.
I love dancer's pose. It's so fun. Okay, I'm gonna go this way now. Mountain pose, grounds. Rotate the elbows, the shoulders forward or open. Externally rotate, yeah, sorry. Ground into the right leg, pivot onto the ball of the left. See that soft bend that I have in my knee? This is locked out. Oh my gosh, that hurts my knee so much. So make sure there's a soft bend. So we're here. Let's grab onto the left ankle. Keep the left ankle flexed because that protects our knee. So you can lift the arm up and overhead. Oh, unless it doesn't feel good on your shoulder, then just have it hang out on your hip. So your ankle's flexed. Your hip, your knee is in line with your hip. You have a soft bend in the right knee. Oh, another thing, make sure your hips are neutral and you're not externally rotating that hip out. From here, you press the left ankle into the left hand. You hinge forward so you have core strength. And you breathe into your beautiful dancer pose. Good. Take a deep inhale, slowly come out. That was really hard for me to turn my head and look and keep my balance. Okay, how does that feel?
Is your hand on the outside of the ankle?
What, Madge?
Is your hand on the outside of the ankle?
Yes, yes, it is. Great question. Anyone else have a question about dancer pose? Okay, are we ready? I know. Are your quads warmed up and a little bit burning?
Yeah. Hey, very steamy.
We're gaining strength in our quads, and most importantly, because our quads are 4 muscles, right? And they're kind of a little bit, they're kind of hogs. They like to take over. They take over on the inner thighs. They take over on the abductors and yeah. So we want to, that's why I spend so much time saying, focus on your inner thighs, because otherwise the quads take over and the glutes take over because those are huge muscle groups, and our inner thighs are weaker than they should be for our balance. So that's why I'm always focusing on our inner thighs, just so you know. All right. So you want to do another balancing pose?
Sure.
Okay. We're going to work through 2 more half sun salutations, and then we'll go into 1 more balancing pose. Okay. So I'm going to watch you go through half sun salutations. Find your mountain pose. Ground, close your eyes. And really, when you're in mountain pose, I want you to feel like you have roots at the bottom of all 4 corners of your feet, grounding into the earth. Really feel that. And then when you do that double chin and you inhale the head off the neck, I want you to feel the lengthening in your body. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale it out the mouth. And then inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Come with a flat back, hinge from the waist all the way down. Go into your forward fold. Inhale to half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, rise with a flat back. Strong legs. Your knees are the last to straighten. Exhale, prayer hands to heart center. 1 more time. You look amazing. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold, flat back. All the way down, knees bent. Inhale into half lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, I'll rise up. Exhale, prayer, hands to heart center. Grounds and breathe. All right. Last balancing pose. We're really working our legs today. I'm just a little bit happy about it. I hope you are too. Okay, mountain pose. Here we go. I love that my head's cut off. It's so fun. All right, we're grounding into the right foot, pivoting onto the ball of the left, but I'm going to go sideways so you can see. And we will bring the left foot up. The ankle is flexed, right palm on the outside of the left knee, but keep that left knee in hip, so don't cross it, keeping it nice and straight. Take the left palm and bring it behind you. This is a great place to hold on to something. So you can rearrange yourself so your left hand is holding on to something. Take an inhale here. Exhale, come back to center and drop it down. So here we're getting a balance and a torso twist. Round into the left palm. Mountain pose. Inhale, lift that right knee. Ankle is flexed, left palm on the right knee. Right arm comes out and we twist from the torso over to the right. Hold on to whatever you need to. Breathe deeply. Keep the ankle flexed. It protects our knee. Take an inhale. Come back to center. Take it down. Ground. Take an inhale. Lift the right knee. Ankles flexed. Right palm. Bring the arm up to a T and twist. Find a focal point. Breathe deeply. Inhale, come back to center, release. Round all four corners of the feet into the mat. Round into that left. Lift the right, flex the ankle, left palm on the right, right arm out to a T twist. Breathe deeply. Take a deep inhale, come back to center, shake it out. All right, does anyone have any questions about that one? Does everybody feel their quads and legs?
Yes.
Awesome. We're going to spend a moment in a child's pose Shavasana. So Shavasana can be with the big toes touching, the knees out wide, bring the glutes to the heels and come forward. Or the knees can be together and we can drape our belly over that. So just find whatever version of child's pose works for you. Now, some of us can't get our glutes to our heels. So we take blocks or pillows or blankets and we shove them between our feet. And then that way our glutes are elevated. And then we can go down. You can place your forehead on a block or a pillow or a blanket. You can let the elbows fall to the side. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth and just let go. Relax all the muscles in the face. Release the jaw. Breathe deeply into the backside body, expanding the ribs, allowing them to give the internal body a nice massage on each breath. Stay just as you are. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Bring the arms forward into an active child's pose, lifting the elbows up and walk the hands to the knees. Come into a comfortable seated position. Oh, so Petra, for that, you could have just stayed in your chair. I'm sorry I didn't address that, but hopefully you did that anyway. I'm sure you did. Prayer hands at heart center. Have a slight bow of the forehead. I always say in reverence to your practice, but I want to add in reverence to your commitment to learning and to exploring ways to move your body safely and strongly. So breathe in gratitude. Breathe in gratitude for who you are. Breathe in gratitude for everything that brought you to this present moment. Breathe in gratitude for a vision of where you want to go. And then breathe in gratitude for every step you will take to get there. And know that I am here every step of the way to support and guide you. The divine light within me bows in honors to the divine light within you. Namaste. All right, I'm going to bring the camera down here, and then I would love to answer any and all questions you may have. I would love to hear you share your experience. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to introduce Kim. I'm so sorry. She's our TA today from Get Set Up, helping you with anything you need. Did I introduce her? I don't know. I forget now. Anyway, would anybody like to share anything?
Just thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Becca. Thank you so much. I really love this class because it really breaks it down so we can all be safe, right? And I want you to feel confident when you're on the mat practicing, because it'll help us feel confident when we are walking on a rocky earth, right? When the ground isn't stable and we have to navigate our balance in, uneven territory, so that if we lose our balance and we use our hand to support us from falling, that our wrists are healthy and we don't break them, right? That's everything. That's why we're doing everything we do in this class. That's my focus. That's what we're doing. Okay. Any questions?
You did a wonderful job. No, I don't have any questions. I'm an explorer. So I have been traveling all over Set Up and taking 3 or 4 or 5 classes a day, and wanted to pop in and see what beginner yoga was like. I've taken yoga classes from my niece, but it's more advanced, and I'm exploring which works best for me.
Awesome. I actually think maybe I'm going to change the name of this class. I think it's more of like a technique class than it is for beginners. But don't you agree?
Yes.
I agree too. I was thinking today, I think I need to change the class. So we're going to change the name of the class. But we do meditation, yoga and meditation. We do stretch and de-stress classes. We do classes that are more relaxing. We do yin yoga, which is holding poses. So there are classes, but I do think that this class needs to be renamed. So thank you, Laura. I'm going to do that. And you just keep exploring. Every one of us, right? We got to just keep exploring. And thank you for showing up, and thank you for participating in something that was not what you were expecting, but you hung in there and you did it. So
thank you. And thank you to everybody else in the class, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you. Thank you. I will share my screen. Becca, thank you for your chat. I saw, thank you. Get Set Up loves to hear about your experience. You can go on social media, email Liz at getsetup.io. I taught 3 classes today and I'm done. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to miss you guys so much. Tomorrow morning, I teach a class, Vinyasa Flow, I believe, and then I teach another class on Sunday, and we're just going to go. So look at the calendar and see what's happening. There are also other amazing fitness guides, so join their classes as well. And we have also at the end of class, you will receive class notes with a recording. There's this place here for feedback. Please, please, please give us your feedback. It truly does help Get Set Up, and it helps me give you what you want in class. So everybody who has given me feedback, thank you. And everybody, I welcome you to do so. Well, isn't Get Set Up just the best platform ever? Please invite your friends, invite your family to join you for classes from all over the world. We offer so much, and we want everybody to take advantage of what we offer. If you would like to host an interest group, let us know. If there's a class you'd like to see on the schedule that you don't see now, let us know. If there's a business, a company, or an organization that aligns with the Get Set Up philosophy of enhancing and improving older adults' lives, please help us build that partnership. We want to keep offering you everything. And if by any chance you do not receive a recording after class, just go to help@getsetup.io, request it, and they will send it your way. Anything else?
Yes, Christina,
Yes, my dear.
I think we have a minute. I don't want to hold you if we're
No,
beyond
you're
the time.
good. You're good. I'm here for you.
Okay.
Go.
Okay, so when you show the different yoga classes that you're teaching, I'm just wondering, for a person who's not familiar with them, yes, I can take each class and see what they're about, but I just wondered if there was one that's like the apple pie of yoga that you generally will see people taking in the, you know what I mean?
That's such a hard question because I love everything I teach.
I can
And-
tell your spirit and your enthusiasm about them, but I just wondered.
So I think Vinyasa Flow is a very, like, if you were going to go into a studio, chances are you would be in a Vinyasa Flow. So I can't believe I could answer that so easily. But I think that is, if you were to walk into a yoga studio and you wanted to take yoga, because Vinyasa, asana means movement, right? It means pose, means movement. So it would be a Vinyasa class. But with that said, strength and stretch with slow flow. So you get the flow, but we take time to build strength and lengthen our muscle fibers, right? Cardio yoga. Have you been in our cardio yoga class before?
Not yet. No, I'll have to try that.
Cardio yoga, we spend time doing things like we march to build bone density. We build our heart rates up. We move through flows, maybe a little quicker, but safely. Yeah, and then we have the stretch and de-stress, and then we have the yoga and meditation and the yin yoga. Have you ever done yin yoga?
I don't know what type of yoga I've done, so it must be the
vinyasa. The vinyasa is, yes, that's pretty basic. The yin yoga, we did it yesterday, was where you come into like child's pose, but you use even more props and you get really comfortable and you hold that pose for minutes and you breathe. It's a very restorative pose for the body. It's very healing. It's very nice. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Brenda, thank you. Do you have any other questions?
No, thank you.
I love your background, by the way, too.
Oh, thank you so much.
Very pretty. Are magnolias?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I love a magnolia. I'm a sucker for a magnolia. Anyone else? All right. Well, Thank you. Thank you to everyone who practiced more than once with me today. I get such a kick out of that. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you tomorrow morning. Thank you so much, or tomorrow afternoon, depending on your time zone. All right. Namaste, everyone.
Thank you.